Hi guys, welcome to West Coast Supercars and Classics. I'm here today to show you a 1960 Austin Healey Bugeye Sprite. This example here is a fully restored car. It's in a classic British white paint color with a red interior. Now the interior is done in vinyl. Everything on the car is basically original. Original engine, of course, transmission. You have the bumper here, which is somewhat rare. A lot of cars don't have bumpers. The total number of Sprites that were made between the 1958, when they started making them, and somewhere around 1970 was about 49,000. So these were very affordable cars. These cost about 600 to 700 pounds back in the day. And so they were meant to be an affordable sports car for people. Independent suspension, drum brakes. The engine is a 950cc twin carbureted engine. It produces roughly 43 horsepower. Hold me back, hold me back. Yes, 43 horsepower at 5,800 RPM. So it's not a screamer, it's a fun, go out for ice cream, go cruising in the country back roads kind of car, enjoy yourself with the top down. Really, really fun little car. But my impressions so far are really good. It actually rides quite nicely. It's a fun little car. So I'll show you around a little bit.
There she is, the A-Series engine in all her glory with original HS2 carburetors. All of 48 horsepower.
Wow, that's a staggering amount of horsepower, Richard. Richard was saying he was telling you how heavy the hood is, and I happen to know it weighs 35 pounds. So, you know, I'm sorry, Richard, but you're just going to have to go to the gym more. I'm sorry. That's just not cutting it.
Yeah, work on cars a little more. Work harder on some cars.
I'm kidding. I am kidding. All right. Yes, I know. Well, I should talk.
Strong arming here.
Okay.
So this is cool. You got the heater in here. A lot of them didn't come with heaters.
You got a heater box. Heater box there.
Box.
There's the blower.
Hartspin Smith's van. Coming to an intake at the front here. A lot of times those are missing. Has a generator on the car. Original generator. 950cc engine. 48 horsepower.
Very simple car. Very nice. I hope you can see this detail on video, but this car is super clean. I mean, just look at that. Look at the frame, members, look at the suspension. It's all nice and clean. These are new parts, looks like.
Yeah, somebody's gone and refinished everything.
Oh, have they? Okay.
Yeah, so probably media blasted and hopefully painted with some nice urethane paint.
This is a restored car. Okay. Yeah, this is not an original condition. Okay.
Even up and in the hood here, it all looks nice. Getting areas like that, it takes a long time to get all that clean, free of grease and dirt, and paint it.
All there is, folks, just up there is a little bit of dirt that gets kicked up.
It's a platform chassis car. This is part of the chassis. It's welded to the frame, which is all built up. Same as the midget. The midget has all this inner fender structure.
Very cool. All right, I'm going to go handheld, go gorilla here, just show you around the car. Of course, these iconic lights, the frog lights as they call them, or the Bugeye lights in North America, these were originally in the design brief, apparently supposed to be pop-up lights. Anyway, the parent company decided they needed to cut some costs, so they didn't put those in. Now these are original wheels, or at least original style wheels with reproduction covers on them. Just have a look at this. As you can see, the chrome's really nice and clean on this car. Tiny little windshield wipers, really, really cute. Look at the size of this, you know, it's barely any bigger than your hand. Just about maybe 10 inches across from here to here. Really small. It does have little squirters here. Those are hand pumped. So then let's look at the rest of the car, the door here. There's no door handle on a Sprite. So what you do is there's a little lever down here. You push that down and it pops open. Got the usual leather strap holding the door so it doesn't keep going. Very simple interior. You got a little bar in here behind this so you can pull. There's your little door open lever. And this has a nice chrome flashing on top. This is pretty heavy stuff. So let's look at how the door closes on this car too. Nice, very solid. All right, we'll open her up again. Really small bucket seats here. Now these fold back, and then if you want to get into the storage area, this does not actually have a trunk lid. It's quite interesting. I did not know that about these cars until today. Apparently, this was built by MG for Austin Healey, or for Healey Corporation, and they decided not to put a trunk opening in there, apparently for cost cutting. Let's go in here, but you do have the opening, so you just flip this up, and then you put your stuff in there. And that's all, in this car, it's all finished in carpet. This car also has a carpet kit. Apparently this was not original to these cars. They had some kind of a rubber coating on the transmission here and so on. So this is a kind of a luxury item, quote unquote. So we'll have a look in here at your dashboard. Got your fuel gauge, your speedo, tachometer. Let's do some dash here.
So yeah, the one you were on, the C is for the choke.
That's choke,
so
okay.
It goes out and you turn it
Yeah,
and it stays in
okay.
position. Then we've got the safety gauge, oil and water temperature. It's called the safety gauge. It's the one you're supposed to look at the most when you're driving a British car.
Yeah.
Blinkers. Blinkers are fun. It's just this one toggle.
Yep.
And you have to manually turn it off. So yeah, manual blinker operation. You got your, and all these others are wipers.
Wipers.
Pull starter.
Right.
Heater.
Pull starter on this. That's very interesting. We're used to a lot of buttons, push buttons these days in like hypercars and everything.
You get just a pull starter.
Pull starter.
Push for the washer, which is kind of funny.
Which is thumb operated.
Thumb operated. So I guess it's fully pneumatic.
Yeah.
You got a heater controls there.
This is the heater control there.
So the heater is right here. Yeah.
Heater, okay. And then this is really cool. This is the ignition key, but not only the ignition key.
Right, so it's also there's just the normal lights and then the headlights.
Headlights.
Built all into one switch.
How about that?
And when you get old, you start turning this switch and the ignition goes on.
Great.
Get stuck together.
That wouldn't be so good. And as you can see, you get a nice rear view mirror, which is sized proportionately to the car. In other words, it's very small. And again, on the passenger side, there's your door. In this car, you can see how nice and clean this is. I mean, the paint is not perfect on this car. It has been recently done, but you know, as far as like the craftsman, the quality of the work that was done on the paint, it's got a few little issues, like not major at all, but little tiny cosmetic imperfections.
This isn't perfect paint by all means. It's been done by an enthusiast and he tried his best, and that's what you get with a lot of these.
Yeah, I mean, it really does look really good. It's really quite nice. It's new, it's in really nice shape. Like, you don't have to do anything with the car, obviously, but it just, when you come and look, you see a few little imperfections. That's what I'm saying, and that's normal. There's very few cars that don't have something like that, and considering the age of this car, it's to be expected that there's going to be a few little things here and there, but it's not going to fall apart on you. That's the most important thing. I wanted to show you this. Just show you again this door. There, really nice, solid. It fits really well. Closes nicely.
It sounds like a nice mechanical door.
Yeah,
right on.
it's good.
Yeah.
I like.
Again, it's a parts bin car, so you see lots of things like the tail lights here are common to a lot of British cars. So the blinker lights.
Right.
Even these license plate lights, you see those on so many cars. A real parts bin car.
Richard was just pointing out too that this steering wheel and the shifter are really nice luxury aftermarket pieces. So this would not have been as fancy in the original car. However, you know, Richard has been mentioning that the car is pretty close to what you would have gotten back in the day. And that's what makes it kind of appealing. It hasn't been, you know, modded up a lot with all sorts of different parts. And I think that's actually pretty neat.
Unique thing to have the original units in the car and refinished and rebuilt just to original spec.
All right, I think it's time to take it for a drive. What do you think? I'm going to find out what a roaring 43 horsepower feels like. Good. It's always interesting driving a new car. So here we go. We have the headlight switch, ignition switch. So I turn the ignition on, pull the starters. Listen to that, guys. Fires up like a beaut. I feel like I'm in a go-kart right now. Oh, this is cool. Actually, this is quite a little fun car, I have to say. See how it tracks. Has a nice little ride. The road's pretty good actually here, so it's got a decent ride. Look at this scenery, you guys. Wow. Tracks well. Turn-in is very good. It's very light and responsive. I was a little suspicious about the brakes because Richard was, not waxing about them, but you know what? They're not really that bad. For this type of car, for the type of driving you're gonna do, for just cruising around, it doesn't bother me at all. Sorry, there's the clutch uptake is a little later than I expected. The gearbox is not bad at all.
No, it's good.
It's fine.
You're used to it. No problem.
Fair enough. It's nice and light. I like the lightness of it a lot, actually. Really feels nice. I mean, I knew I was going to like something about this car because I already like them, just the way they look and the way they just have a thing about them, the je ne sais quoi. Or should I say it in a British sense because it's a British car. Everything's there. The rubber is not all perished and the parts are all there. Like if you look here, all the parts are here. This dash is really nicely done. The gauges work. It just feels right. A good friend of mine, hi Ian, who's got the, yes, I'm talking to you. You got the Caterham. And for him, this of course is wretched excess, because it's far too large. The windscreen is far too big on it. You don't have to wear goggles after all. Right now, if you're watching this video, Ian, I know you're going to be tisking because of all the luxury here, but you know what? I'm middle-aged. I can afford some luxury. To me, this is just fine. But, in all seriousness, the brake and the throttle are a little close together. You have to get used to that. But the seats are actually quite comfortable. They're short back. But if you're going around for casual drives, this thing is a panic. I like it. All right, we're back at the shop. Had a nice drive in the Austin Healey Bugeye Sprite.
Yep.
I just want to thank Richard,
Thanks for coming
Richard Owen of Owen Automotive for showing me the car, and it's a very nice car, and I know it's going to find a good home pretty sure.
Yeah, hopefully, If anybody has any questions, give me a call, or if you need any sales or service on British sports cars, give us a call for sure.
What's your number?
Yeah, find us online, owenauto.ca. Call us anytime, 250-655-4338.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, right on. Okay.
All right. Hey, guess what? Bonus. We're going to have a look around the shop here at Owen Automotive.
Yeah, come on
right
in,
now.
guys.
Okay, let's check it out.
It's always changing here. We don't have a lot of bays, but what we usually have is pretty interesting. So we have a 1967 E-Type 4.2. Got to get the engine back in this one.
That's your baby, isn't it? This project?
Yeah. It was sitting in Fernwood for 20 years, and we got to get it back on the road.
It's gonna look good in my garage. That's all I can say.
Right on. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And here's a really nice piece, 1964, another E-Type fixed head coupe. This is a 3.8 and it's done a really high level. Mike Grimes at Coachworks did the job. The paint melts your heart. You can see the reflections in it. This is really an E-Type taken to the very top level of what Victoria can produce.
Yeah, straight up, guys. This is a very fine looking car. Had a look at it underneath too when it was up on the hoist just now.
We've got to have a quick look at that level of what's going on.
Let's have a look here. Let's get in there.
All the fit and finish is correct.
I'm going to get back here. I'll come around. Okay, here we go. Let's come around here.
Yeah, so everything's been rebuilt and refinished. You got the polished cam covers, intake, SE carbs. The paint on the inside of the hood is as good as the outside. Yeah, it really is a spectacular sight. Really nice to work on this, although you have to be careful. You have to really tread lightly and take your time.
Yeah, guys, this is a very clean looking, fully restored car they've got here at Owen Automotive. What you got here?
1969 TR6. This one's going to be for sale. It's kind of needs an interior and it needs a little bit of work class. And
You don't have the hideous bumper for one thing.
yeah, right. No big bumper guards. They had hubcaps. There's studs on these wheels for hubcaps. We have a thin 1 year only steering wheel. We have seats with these.
These are actually original seats.
Yeah. They've been recovered.
Recovered, of course.
Recovered, yeah.
And this is an original steering wheel.
Original steering wheel,
Yeah.
only 69 only. And later on, they changed the carburation and the compression of the engine as well to meet emission standards. So these early cars actually have more power.
What is the power approximately on these things stock?
Was it 100 and
100 something.
100, I think it's around 100 horse.
Not
But
sure
don't
what it
quote
is.
me.
Is it?
I'd have
Okay.
to look it up.
Nice.
Yeah, right on.
When's this one going to be ready, do you think?
Which one?
This one, the
yeah.
TR.
We need to put some of the interior panels still back in.
Yeah.
And give it a week or two, it could be ready. But let's see. Let's see how long it takes the interior to go back in.
You get a shot from the back here.
Yeah. Oh, this is indicative of an early car. Just the TR6 logo there.
Looks a nice clean shape.
Yeah,
really
it's
good
okay.
clean shape.
Yeah, they all had kind of a flat black satin black
Right.
design, which is kind of interesting. It's a Michelotti design. It's very different than a lot of the other English cars.
Yeah.
And this is very similar to actually a TR4, just with different outward body panels.
All right, thanks, Richard. It's good fun. I'll be back. I'm sure we'll be looking at more cars in the future.
Right on. Okay, that's it.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching.